Emerald green. Cider aficionado. No, wait. Red Gala. Favorite cousin. No. Mod Pie. Having a blast. No, that's not right either. Blue Moon? All blue eyes? No, no. Sugar Twist. Twister sister. No, no. Coco Pamel carrying assistant? No? No. It's got to be one of those, right? Wait. Oh! We're talking about Kevin fitting in. So, Kevin's a pretty fun card. Like I said last time, I think that he might very well be the most popular non-colored card in the game. Not necessarily the most used one, but the most popular. Every single person I know who has seen Kevin loves this card. Absolutely. Probably just because they loved the 100th episode and his appearance there, but also probably the fact that he's named Kevin. I mean, it doesn't really sound like a changeling name now, does it? So, Kevin is actually pretty interesting, in my opinion, because he can be any 202 entry you want. But, and here's the kicker, he can only be it once, and if you frighten him and then rally him, he doesn't have a color anymore. So he's not necessarily better than the 202 entry. He also doesn't have a trait that those cards have. So if you really need an orange earth pony, Kevin isn't going to be an orange earth pony. You're going to need red Gala for that. So that's kind of the interesting trade-off you've got with him. The fact that he's the fact that he's a two power for any color you want, but he doesn't have a useful trait. So if you follow the competitive community, you know that Earth Pony is typically the best trait right now. The reason for that being Carbo Loader if you're playing orange, or what is it called? Rock Slide. Even if you were playing against orange, Earth Ponies are useful for turning Rock Slide off, while no other trait is terribly popular right now. There are still some powerful Pegasi, like Solar Wind, which we'll be getting to in a week or so. But for the most part, Earth Pony is better. And Kevin is not an Earth Pony, nor is he a Pegasus, nor is he even a unicorn. He is a changeling, and changeling is a completely irrelevant trait right now. It doesn't mean anything. So that's the major trade-off. And of course, the frightened thing is also a bit of a trade-off. The fact that he just no longer has a color when he's frightened, typically that will mean he's not even worth rallying in the first place. So, does that mean you should pick normal entry over Kevin? Not necessarily. It really depends. One thing Kevin does is he can be entry in any of your colors. Whether you're playing 2 colors or 3 colors, he's usually going to be worth running if you want 202 entry. For example, the Dream Quest decks that Nico and co like so much. Kevin works out really well in that deck because it's a 3-color deck first off. So he needs entry for both colors, white and blue. He's got pink covered for the most part. But the fact that he can be whichever color you need at that moment is great. And unless they have Prince Rutherford, you're probably going to keep him as that color. I mean, they might nap cakes or something, but you're going to be able to use him immediately. So as long as you have other friends of that color in play, it's not going to matter if he gets frightened, though it can and has. So do be a little bit aware of that. Sorry about that. So yeah, he's really valuable in that case. He's also really valuable in 2-color decks where your main might not necessarily flip intrinsically. He's actually pretty popular in purple decks right now because he can be your off-color entry, and if the opponent actually prevents you from flipping Princess Twilight Sparkle, then you can play Kevin to get that purple wreck you need to, use your cards, even if you don't have a flipped main. So, yeah, Kevin's a really, really versatile card with very minor drawback, though it can and has come up. Let's see, what else is there worth talking about for Kevin? Well, I mean, everyone loves him already. I mean, we've already gotten into that. He just looks awesome. I mean, look at him. Everyone loves this card. Seriously, I don't know anyone who doesn't. And I think it's, I think it's really good that they printed him. Oh, now there's something to talk about. What does this say about the future of entry, specifically 202 entry? I'm pretty sure that the fact that they printed Kevin means that they are going to more or less only print entry with abilities now. They might print like one basic entry for each color per block, but outside of that, I think whenever we see entry, it'll have ability of some sort. We won't see just we won't see 3 different 202 blue entry. Again, I mean, we already have 3, we don't need more, right? So we're going to see more stuff like Tank, which is 202 blue entry but has an ability. We're going to see stuff like Lily, 202 entry with an ability, stuff like that. White already has a lot of those, but you know what I'm saying. I think we're going to see an entry evolution, as it were, because in the most part, Kevin is just better than those, right? Like I said, he's not strictly better. He doesn't have the type, and the frightening thing is a thing, but 90% of the time he's going to be better than just vanilla entry. And you can't do that without deciding, well, we just need to make entry more interesting. I know a lot of people don't like the fact that they have to add entry to their deck, because entry is not a very fun thing. So more stuff like Tank that actually does something for you, or especially Lily. Lily is a really, really good card mid to late game, because it's like, oh, I've got this 3-power friend at home that's been out of action. I'll play Lily, and now I have a 5-power friend this turn. So I think we're going to see more stuff like that because Kevin exists. And honestly, that's probably the correct direction to go with the game. So yeah, that's a really good thing. Anyway, I think that's about it for Weathermare. Or no, Gummy? Well, I don't remember the name of this card anymore, so I'm sure you guys can figure it out. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, KelticWaters, for giving us this card, whatever its name is. I think people have learned a lot from this. So join us next time for a card which probably would have been better suited for today, though I think it'll do just fine tomorrow, as we discuss the 5th princess. No, I'm not talking about Flurry. I'm talking about Princess Big Mac. Princess for a night. Yeah. So, that's it for today, guys. See you in the next one.